So we're over here, Dad is bailing. This is Parker Road. I noticed, you see that loose hay on the ground. I noticed his pickup was up a little bit. Maybe, I don't know, that much, which makes a difference. And he left a little bit, some of these windrows. He thinks when he came through the ditch up here, it raised it up or something. I don't know, but anyway, maybe could have made a little more, maybe not. Yeah, well, it'll be there next time, I guess. Really not worth going back over it, but glad I seen it. Glad he didn't bail this whole field like that, or might have missed 30, 40 bales. I don't know. It's hard to say how many, but yeah. So I still got the 2 wagons behind me. I usually pick up the first 10 here and move them over with the others until I get the wagons where I want them, and I'll probably steam hook together for now. 2 20-footers. It might hold all this. I really like to say that it won't, but it might. Especially now that he missed some, right? Yeah, I don't know. He did say with those fronts put back together, or not back together, but moved in the front tires, moved them in a little bit. Well, in fact, that's about as far as they can go. They did that down in Maine when they changed the oil, and he did say you got to be real quick now. You hit a bump going down the road on your steering because it'll move. He said you better have your hand on that steering wheel and be paying attention. I don't know how that would have changed, but you know, like a race car, you change things, and we'll see. We'll see when I go down the road in it. We'll see what happens. I know mowing, it's going to be a little bit of a difference because I was used to hanging that tire, whichever side I was cutting on, right along the cutting edge, and now I had to adjust and move it in because that'll be a little bit different. That's all right. We can do that. Well, he's just about done. A little windrow along the side here, and then a couple up there. He was 50 bales ahead of me when I got here, and I have caught up with him. So, actually, he's got 8 in there now, waiting for him to put 2 more in there and drop 10 if I can get them. But that's the way it goes on second cutting. He could be 100 bales ahead of me, and I'll still catch up with him. So, way short what we was hoping he would make. We was hoping maybe around 400. I've got 180 so far. Yep. We're gonna get probably 220, 220 probably. We'll probably go back with some in there. 9th one's about ready to fall, or 10th one I mean. Go get them, lays them out, we go get them. Alright. Yeah, well short of what we thought we was going to get, but he's only been at this about 45 minutes, so bail that many, that quick, it's pretty good. Pretty good. We really like how that tractor's matching up with that baler and what it's been doing for us so far, and that's why I waited an hour and a half on it today where I went and got it, right? So, it's alright. It's alright. Probably shouldn't have gotten there after lunchtime. It wasn't their fault, it's mine. Alright, well hey, I'm bailing. Making some square bales back here. Yeah, the baler's still dirty. I'm at Casey's. This is stuff I cut Tuesday, and this is Thursday. Cut it Tuesday. Didn't touch it at all yesterday, and raked it about an hour ago, and the highest I have seen moisture is 12. Most of them are 10 to low is what it is showing, and it's not exactly a good thing. Not a good thing, really. We like between 12 and 15 to make moisture, but hey, we saved a, just spit out 10 right there. Didn't really, that's okay. I try not to let it drop down 10 where it's gonna be in the way of catching a windrow, but it's fine. Anyway, we like between 12 and 15. It just makes a better bale. Right there's a 12.4. I mean, that's not bad. But what I'm getting at is maybe we can just park the tedder for the rest of the year if we ain't gonna get no rain. There's a 9.9, there's a low. It's crazy. So we saved one pass through the field by not taking the tedder through here. And there's an 8.8. Just raked it just a little bit ago. It's dry. I mean, just by mowing it and leaving it lay a day and a half is drying it out. So stuff I cut last night, it's down there in that bottom, down there at Ed's, and that what we call the holler. I don't know. I'll have to check here after a while. We may have to get the tedder out for that. We'll see. Or I'll just rake it twice, whatever it takes. I'd rather rake it twice myself. That tedder gets beat up enough. So, all right. Well, checking back with you. Bailing along here 5 mile an hour. I'm over here off Fuzzy Road. I cut this right after I cut Casey's that evening, and there's just not much here. As you can see, I raked it together enough to make some windrows or whatever. Shoving it through this baler. Sorry the window's dirty, but cruising along 5 mile an hour bailing. That's the way it is. Usually that's round bailing, but round bailing speed anyway. I think I've got 40 on the ground, about to be 50, maybe. We'll see. I think I'm going to get about 70 out of here. 75 to 80. So I'm going to put it at. So if this will make 50 here soon, I think I need 4 more bales to make 50. I might get that in another round. I don't know. Dad should be back here in just a little bit. Mom will be dropping him off. He came back a little bit ago and took me to get this, which was over at Casey's. And then snagged the rake, went home, and on his way over here the first time he brought a wagon, so that'll work good. I can put this little bit of hay on the wagon and pull it back home behind the gooseneck, so that will work out pretty good. Alright, so my air conditioner just kicked on. Don't you know it's late September? Not exactly, September 19th. Anyway, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday evening. I gotta sneeze. The dust is about to kill me, which I guess is gonna be taken care of next week, starting Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, which is why we don't have any more hay cut down right now. Yeah, I could have cut some this morning. I don't believe I would have got it up Sunday before it rained, and I want to watch football Sunday. We need a break. The ground's hard as a rock. It's been beating us to death, been beating our equipment to death, and we need some rain. We need some rain. I seen gaps in the ground yesterday. I probably could have easily stuck my hand in. Oh boy, that's cracks when the ground dries out, and it just We need a nice soaking rain. I need a break. Equipment needs a break. We've been running our butts off for very little. And last 2 places we've done 7 to 8 acres, 10, 15 bales an acre. I don't think the grasses have gone dormant yet for the winter. I think we got a few weeks before that happened. So hopefully if we get some rain this next week, the fields we have left will, if they grow a couple inches, that'd be great. I was just looking at our book from last year. And what I have on my board up here, we are about 115 bales ahead of where we finished last year. Last year we last baled on October 14th, which is this is September 19th. So if we would stick to that, we got a month left. I think we'll be able to go longer. I really do. I think. Well, I know we quit earlier last year, and some might say, "Well, gosh, that's middle of October. What are you doing still trying to make hay?" Daylight savings time changes and all that. It gets dark earlier, but we still make hay. And we quit last year because there just wasn't nothing to cut. Last year when we stopped, it was just about like it is right now. But we could go out and get some fields right now and get 15, 20 bales an acre of the fields we have left. Barely worth doing, but the one thing that is nice, and I explained this earlier, we're saving a pass through the field with the tedder. The tedder's been parked for a couple weeks. We haven't used it, so it's been hooked to the back of the farm all, and we just haven't used it. So any raking we've been doing with the New Holland. We're staying out of the dust and we're staying out of the heat that way. Makes it a little nicer. So we're saving a pass through the field. I cut, rake once, bale. Before it would be cut, tedder, maybe tedder again if you have to, rake, bale. So we're saving a pass through the field. We're saving time, wear and tear on equipment, but then again, just not getting the yield that we need, the bales per acre. I've also got on my board orders that I've got. The one Old Springfield Road, I'm taking care of that tomorrow morning. That is 150 bales of grass hay. It's on the gooseneck out there right now. I'm leaving here about 7:30 tomorrow morning to get up there. It's like 42 miles away. I'm going to give myself an hour to get there. So that is that. I got orders up there. I got orders on my phone. Hay that I'm checking on to see if I have it. So I got a 400 bale order of alfalfa mixed stuff that they're gonna bring their trailer and have me load it. So that's that. My nose is running. My wife needs me to go check on some things at the house, and I need to get to the gas station. It's about beer 30, and I'm done for the day. So that's when I have a beer. So tired. I didn't have my afternoon pick me up drink. How we doing as my phone makes noise as we started a new video here. Dad's little tractor. He was in a parade with it yesterday. There's a clip of it on here of him in the parade. Hey!
This is the Jamestown SAY Soccer. This is the new set.
We talked about it there yesterday morning, and the Jamestown Fall Festival was going on, and I said, hey, you want to be in that parade? I said, sure, okay, I guess so. We loaded it up on here. I actually had the mule up here, had the tractor back here behind it. They both fit just fine. I took the mule up there just so I could run around at the festival up there and didn't have to take the truck and try and find a parking spot. So I cleaned it all up real good for him yesterday, and that is it. Not sure if I've said what this says before, but maybe I have. But TO20 Ferguson 1951. Dad had a tractor like this when he was little, or didn't have it, but it was the first one he ever operated, and that's what they had there on their farm. And this is one just like it. And I think I have mentioned this before, but just a neat little tractor. I'd actually like to get a little finish mower for the back of it, and you could mow grass around here with it. It would do it just fine. Just a little 3-point hookup mower. Yeah. All right, well, we had some big time wind earlier, so I thought, well, I better get on the mule and go around and check fences. I have it turned off just in case I do find something. We got a nice little stockpile of round bales right there. I think 40 or so. We'll see. I swear this stuff has grown since it just rained. I don't know. How I was saying, you can see lines in the ground from compaction. Right there would be one. That'd be a line from the tractor tracks. Didn't grow back too good. We compacted the ground. Desi just found me again. More. You can see the straight up and down lines. That's how we farm this. We always have. I've actually thought of putting up a fence out here and letting the cattle have it this winter. I don't know. I take quite a bit of fence, but by the time I take that fence down and put it over here, it wouldn't be as much. But do I want to keep this as a pasture? Because if I take that fence down, I'm pretty much saying, okay, all this is pasture now. I like this little field behind my house to make hay when we first get started and stuff. And then we do the neighbors over there also at the same time. But yeah, these lines in the field, you can definitely see them. That's from compaction. When it was wet this spring, it didn't grow back real good. There's an Amazon plane up there if you can see it. And there goes Desi. That huge pile right there is some manure that at one time was down here when I knew the creek was going to flood, and it did. It came up out of its banks. So I moved the pile of manure up here, and my neighbor always says, oh, I'm not using cattle manure on my fields because of the weeds that get in it. Yeah, there's a bunch of weeds right there. But the pile I have up, see if I can point it out to you, be right up here. That's a big pile of cattle manure that's been there about a year. Not one single weed in it. None. Nothing has grown in that one, so that one must be clean. That one might get put on some stuff this winter. I don't like where I have it piled, because if the ground gets soft or messy or snow's up to our knees, I'll have trouble getting out and getting out without tearing up the ground. That's what that is. Okay, I said I was going to check fences. I don't have any fences down here. I don't see anything blown around down here, except those weeds are almost touching the fence now because of the wind. See how they're drooped over there a little bit? They're kind of leaning. That's from the wind. We had some serious wind here earlier. There's something in the bed of the mule blowing around. I'd be really surprised if I don't find just a small tree branch or something around here. Well, see how we're leaning? Maybe you can't tell in the video, but my daughter and a friend had a little accident on the four-wheeler here one time. My daughter knew that that little lean was right there, but her friend was actually at the helm driving it and hit that, could not correct it, and went down into the creek right there. Yeah, a couple little cuts and scrapes on both of them. So far so good on the fence. This tree here has fallen from Jack's side over there, and that has been there most of the summer. Now I'll get down here and get it cleaned up. I don't know if I can pull it over here without affecting his fence. I don't know. This creek at one time was straight, but over the years it's curved around, and as it goes, that's the property line. Seeing nothing on the fence but cobwebs for right now. May change as we go along. A few leaves blown into them. There's a little twig right there. That will deaden out the fence. It sure will. That's what I thought we'd see. So that's out of there. You get back here. I was hoping to get by without mowing again or trimming around the fence this year. Oh, let's get this little guy here too. I don't know if that'll happen. This rain's gonna make this stuff pop back up, which is what we want in our hay fields anyway. Desi's still around here hunting. I really love this area down here. I'd really like to get that little pile of junk, and it's junk. Just get the rest of it burnt and get that cleaned up. But I just like to come down here. We keep this little area between the fence and the creek cleaned up. Excuse me, belching. We keep it cleaned up pretty good and keep it mowed down. Try to anyway. It's just a nice little area to come down here. It really is. Hang out, I guess. I don't know. Be a nice area to pitch a tent. Sure would. I noticed the other day there was some trash down here. I don't know where that came from. It's back over there. Where would that even come from? It had to blow from somewhere, but there's no houses here real close. Jack has a 65-acre pasture over here on the other side of the creek. And isn't that tree pretty cool? The way that thing leans, looks like a big slide. I believe those are called sycamores. That's an old tree. It's been here since I was a little boy. Sure has. All right, still clean on the fences. Don't see any trees down anywhere, just little twigs. That's a good thing. We make it around the corner here. I doubt we'll see anything else in the fence. So we have just that little twig that we got out. I'm fine with that. Sure am. My neighbor, I mow this over here for him. I've done it, I think, 3 or 4 times this summer. He gives me a little bit of cash for doing it. He wants me to pasture that off. I kind of have a problem with that if something would happen liability-wise. I'm real funny on that kind of stuff. And then if it gets real wet or whatever, you know, and tears up his ground, am I going to have to fix that? So, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to move this fence over. It wouldn't be hard at all, but I'm just, I don't know. I haven't done it. That would be some more eating for him, that's for sure. We used to. My grandpa farmed this, and before the houses were built up there, this was a field, and I can remember. I mean, this whole area down here was a nice big field, and I can remember coming down here. They used to pick their corn. They had a 2-row corn picker, and picked it for cattle feed, and it was always a problem getting up that hill over there because all we had was 2-wheel drive tractors, and you load a wagon, gravity bed wagon with corn. That was a pull up that hill. That was always a struggle, always was. And then there used to be a lane coming out the back of the old barn there, out of the corn crib area, that went along the top edge of that field and then went down over where Scott's property is over there. That was a whole nother field, but to get to it was from up here. And where my house is built, that was never a field. And that's kind of why I wanted to build there. I wasn't taking any farm ground from anybody. That was a real rocky area, and that was never farmed. So yeah, this was one big field. When Mom and Dad bought this place, we did make hay down here for a couple years before we had the cattle. Now we have the cattle. I'd like to have a bunch more. This thing is saying my battery's about to die, so gotta head back up towards the barn, and I need to mow down here again. I thought I was hoping I wouldn't have to. Gonna have to. All right, got a pretty steep hill to climb up here that we used to sled down years ago. That's all grown up in there now, but we got a little pathway here along the property line, and we go up that one too. Dad doesn't like that one. He goes up and down this one. That one doesn't bother me. 4-wheel drive, go right up it. All right, y'all have a nice evening. We'll see you.